Hi guys. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Seek, Sense, and Share, and I think it's a really good personal management tool, knowledge management tool, and it kind of just breaks it down super simple. Probably this started out as like an 18-step process, but you just need to know these three words to kind of help you along, scoot you along on gathering and sharing information. So originally, Seek, Sense, and Share is a personal knowledge management tool, and it is coming to us from Harold Jarkey, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. Anyways, you can just go ahead and Google his name, and you'll see a bunch of YouTube videos on it. But it's been really good, and it's starting to pick up a lot of interest because it was Daniel Pink wrote a little bit about it in his new book, To Sell is Human. Uh, but again, what I just want to do is get these three words out there and share it with everybody. Seek and sense and share, and then kind of tell you like, yeah, this is what we all do nowadays. This is kind of what Twitter is all about. This is LinkedIn. What we're doing is we're creating these environments where there's just gobs of awesome information out there, and what we're going to do is curate it and kind of bring value to it. So here's one that I really, really like. This is Farnham Street, Shane Paris, and he is like the ultimate curator. He goes out and does all the legwork for you. So he goes out and finds all these cool articles. He basically curates it all together and he puts it into a weekly newsletter. He also has the website. You can follow him on Twitter. But just tons of fun information. Even if he'll send out about 20 things, at the end of the week on Sunday, and about 3 or 4 of those things you're going to really like and really dig into and read about and learn something new. Again, the world has gobs of information out there, all this cool stuff, and we don't know anything. And that's one of the things I love about these websites and these curation kind of things is that you learn so much every single week, every single day. That this information just was not available to us, 15 years ago. So dig in. So this is kind of what his stuff looks like when it goes out in the newsletter. You kind of get this, and it talks about start here, what I'm reading, most popular things, etc. Just great articles and curated really well. Here's another one. Here's a friend. So part of when you're out there and you're doing these things, you want to find people, right? And cool people that are out there looking for cool stuff. So this is just one of my friends, Tim Pierce, and Tim is great. He does work here with us at Sock Health Solutions, and Tim's out there digging around, and you can see he's following 2,000 people. So he's constantly reading, constantly finding out all this cool stuff. And then he is good enough to kind of zing you emails and share it with you. So, and this is just, hey, James, I found this. This is so great. This is so cool. Check this out. This is blah, 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 blah. So, I'm always learning something. And in turn, I have a person out there that I'm learning from, and I'm actually taking some of those things and applying them to what I do and trying to add value. So let's talk about this a little bit. So the first is seek. All right. So you got to go out there. You got to find cool stuff. Should make sure it's from reliable sources, not the MSN or Yahoo thing that you see it on the ticker or TMZ or whatever. Try and basically find cool stuff. And then try and make sure it's a little bit diverse, because you're going to learn something from the airline industry. You're going to learn something, from the postal services and all this stuff. So don't just stick within your own industry. So, for example, I'm in healthcare. If I was just looking at healthcare, I wouldn't have that. I would be missing out on all these other perspectives. So look around. And then finally, I think seek out cool folks, people who are kind of out there on the fringe, doing cool things and are just in general very, very curious folks. So sense. So what you're going to do with sense is you're going to basically, when you're reading these articles and you're looking at these videos and stuff, always be thinking like, what can I take away from this? What can I take away? And how can I mold it and shape it, make it malleable for what I do? Really the key word here is, how do I add value? How do I take from this and add value to it and then share it with my friends and other people that I know? And then finally, it's share. You gotta push it out there, get it out there, and share it with people. A lot of the, I would say, the old way of doing things. I don't know if that's even the correct word, But for some reason, a lot of people like harbor a lot of knowledge, and they don't want anyone to know about it because it gives them value. And I think we see this flipping in the last 10 years, especially where everybody's just sharing everything. All right, here's a perfect example: food and recipes, right? So what do people do with food and recipes? They kind of kept them secret. This is my secret recipe. I'm gonna lock it in the safe. Now with like the Food Network and with all these TV shows and online and YouTube and the Munchies and all this stuff, people are just they're just sharing it with everybody, getting it all out there. I think this is beautiful because it allows folks like me, laymen, to kind of learn new things and do new things. And then here's an example of different channels. Use your channels, get it out there. So here's me sharing on a YouTube channel, on a LinkedIn channel, on a personal blog, and tweeting. And I kind of hit it all up. Maybe I have different flavors, but the trick is to get it out there. And here is one thing to know about social media. For the first time ever, social media is really two-way. Sure, with a newspaper, you could write to the editor or something like that. But really, we have to consider when we're communicating, create like questions, try and engage. It's a two-way conversation. So if you go to like a dinner party and you just talk the whole entire time and don't let anyone else talk, you're a horrible guest. What's the great thing about a dinner party and everyone's hanging around and maybe having a cocktail? Is the conversation. So try and create that two-way conversation, that two-way dialogue with the folks that you're sharing with. So there you go. Become relevant, be a subject matter expert, become an influencer. That's what I challenge you to do, and this is how you do it in today's world and today's mall. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.